Welcome to the channel, coin lovers. Today, we're diving into one of the lesser-known but highly collectible coins from Australia, the 1998 Elizabeth II 50-cent coin with mint marks. While most people pass these coins by without a second glance, collectors know that certain versions of this coin can carry serious value even in fine condition. If you've ever found a 1998 50-cent coin in your change or have one tucked away in your collection, it's time to take a closer look, because some of them are worth much more than just 50 cents. Let's talk about its design, history, rarity, mint mark significance, and today's collector market value in US dollars. The 1998 Australian 50-cent coin, like other coins from this era, features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, the work of renowned sculptor Ian Rank Broadley. The reverse features the Australian coat of arms, with the kangaroo and emu proudly flanking the central shield. This dodecagonal, or 12-sided coin, is made of copper nickel and weighs 15.55 grams, making it one of the largest circulating coins in the Commonwealth. Now, while most 1998 coins were standard circulation issues without mint marks, there were also special collector issues released that year by the Royal Australian Mint, specifically the mint-marked coins, which were part of annual show and presentation sets. These bear tiny mint marks like C for Canberra and were not intended for general circulation, making them much rarer today. What sets the 1998 mint mark coins apart is their very limited mintage and distribution. Coins with mint marks like C, S, M, and B representing cities like Canberra, Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane were often sold only at coin shows or through special releases, and many collectors at the time bought them as souvenirs. Because these coins were generally not spent as regular currency, finding one today in a circulated fine F12 condition is unusual and valuable. A fine condition coin will show moderate wear on the high points of both the Queen's portrait and the coat of arms, but with all major details still clear and readable. For many collectors, fine is the minimum grade acceptable for numismatic value, especially for low mintage special issues like these. So, how much are these coins worth today? In the current collector's market, a 1998 Australian 50-cent coin with a C mint mark in fine, F12 condition can sell for $10 to $15 US, depending on the buyer's interest and the coin's eye appeal. If you happen to have one in even better condition, say very fine or extremely fine, the value can jump to $20 or more. The S, M, and B mint mark varieties are even rarer in some cases and can fetch $15 to $25 US in fine condition, especially if part of a broken set or found in circulation, which is uncommon. Collectors actively seek out these coins to complete their mint mark sets from the 1990s, and that demand helps push up prices in online auctions and collector markets. Before you rush off to check your coin jar, keep in mind that not all 1998 50-cent coins are valuable, only those with mint marks carry this collector premium. To spot one, look just under the Queen's neckline on the obverse side, or within the lower reverse field a tiny C or other letter should be visible. If it's not there, you likely have a standard circulation coin, which typically holds only face value unless it's in uncirculated condition. But if you do spot a mint mark and the coin shows only moderate wear with all details intact, congratulations, you could be holding a valuable piece of Australian coin history. And there you have it, the story of the 1998 Elizabeth II Australia 50-cent coin with mint marks, and why even in fine condition, these coins can bring solid value to collectors today. Always check your change, because sometimes the rarest coins are hiding in plain sight. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more deep dives into valuable coins from around the world. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a mint-marked 50-cent piece from 1998. We'd love to hear your story. The 50 cents Elizabeth II coin issued in the year 2000 with a special mint mark. This particular release isn't just your ordinary 50-cent piece. It was struck to commemorate the dawn of a new millennium, the year 2000, and it was part of a special series produced by the Royal Australian Mint to celebrate this historical milestone. These coins were not mass-circulated like the standard 50-cent pieces you find in your pocket change. Instead, they were released as collector coins, often sold during public events and expos held in cities across Australia, with each coin bearing a distinct mint mark that signifies the city of release, like S for Sydney, M for Melbourne, B for Brisbane, A for Adelaide, P for Perth, C for Canberra, D for Darwin, and H for Hobart. Now, you might be wondering, if they weren't released for circulation, how do they show up in people's collections or even in spare change? Well, over the years, many of these coins did find their way into everyday use, and a number of them have survived in circulated condition, some in what collectors would grade as fine condition. In the world of coin grading, fine condition means that the coin shows moderate to heavy wear, but major design features, like Queen Elizabeth II's portrait on the obverse and the Australian coat of arms on the reverse, remain visible and identifiable, though clearly worn. This makes these coins very accessible for casual collectors, yet their collector value has steadily increased due to limited mintage and rising demand, especially from those trying to complete a full mint mark set. So what are these coins worth today if you happen to have one in fine condition? Let's talk about value in today's collector market. As of 2025, values have remained strong. A 2050-cent coin with the Sydney S mint mark in fine condition typically sells for $7 to $10, while a Melbourne M or Brisbane B mint mark might go for a similar range. The Perth P and Adelaide A marks tend to be slightly scarcer, often selling for $10 to $15, even in circulated worn condition. Now, here's where it gets more interesting. Coins bearing the Hobart H, Darwin D, and especially the Canberra C mint marks are considerably harder to find. In fine condition, these can reach values of $20 to even $30, depending on buyer interest and overall market demand. Uncirculated versions, or those in higher grades like extremely fine or almost uncirculated, can go for even more, sometimes $40 to $100 plus. But today we're focusing on the value of these coins in fine grade, which is the level most people encounter when searching through circulated change. What's fascinating about these Millennium 50-cent coins is not only their value, but also their cultural and historical significance. Released at a time of global anticipation and excitement, each coin connects to a specific city in Australia, making it a regional collectible and a symbol of national celebration. Many coin enthusiasts today are actively trying to assemble full sets of all 8 mint marks, which pushes demand even higher for the rarer pieces. And yes, even though fine condition isn't pristine, collectors are often willing to pay for worn coins just to complete their set, especially when the rarer mint marks come into play. If you happen to have one of these coins in your possession, make sure to inspect it closely. Look just above the last digit of the year or near the Queen's neckline. That's usually where the mint mark is located. And if you're planning to sell, clear photographs of both sides will help ensure maximum value. In summary, the 2000 Elizabeth II Australia 50-cent coins with mint marks are not just nostalgic souvenirs. They're becoming increasingly sought after in the collector world. Even in fine condition, these coins can bring in anywhere from $7 to $30, depending on the specific mint mark. If you're in Australia or you have relatives there, it's worth checking those old coin jars and drawers. You never know, you might be sitting on a small treasure. That wraps up today's video. If you found this information helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on rare coin values and collecting tips. Share in the comments if you own one of these coins or if you're hunting for a specific mint mark. We'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting. The 2005 Australia 50-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II, specifically those with special mint marks. These coins may look like ordinary pocket change, but if you know what to look for, you might be surprised by how valuable they can be even in fine condition. So if you've ever held onto a 2005 50-cent piece, now's the perfect time to check if it might be worth far more than its face value in today's collector market. The standard 2005 Australian 50-cent coin features the familiar 12-sided shape and is composed of copper nickel, weighing 15.55 grams. On the obverse, we find the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank, broadly one of the most iconic and enduring royal portraits used on Australian coinage during the early 2000s. The reverse showcases the Australian coat of arms, which includes the kangaroo and emu supporting the shield, a symbol of national pride. But what makes some 2005 coins especially valuable are the tiny mint marks, special design elements that indicate they were minted for collectors, not general circulation. These include letters like C for Canberra, and sometimes even symbols depending on the release. These mint-marked coins were issued in limited quantities, usually as part of Royal Australian Mint coin shows and commemorative sets, and were never intended for everyday use. The 2005 mint mark 50-cent coins are considered scarce because of their low mintage numbers. Only a few thousand to tens of thousands were struck, depending on the type of mint mark and packaging. Many of them were stored by collectors in uncirculated condition, sealed in sets. However, over the years, a few slipped into circulation. Finding one of these coins in a fine F12 condition, which means moderate wear, visible design elements, and general signs of usage, is actually quite rare today. A coin in fine grade will show some smoothing of the Queen's features and the coat of arms, but the lettering and key design elements remain clear and readable. Because most mint-marked coins were not made for daily use, even lower-grade examples catch the attention of collectors. Now let's get into the exciting part, the market value of the 2005 Elizabeth II 50-cent coin with a mint mark in fine condition. As of the 2025 collector market, these coins can sell for $12 to $20, depending on which mint mark it carries. The most common mint mark from 2005 is the C for Canberra, which was released as part of that year's Royal Australian Mint show. Even this more common version holds its value well in fine grade, typically fetching around $12 to $15. Rarer variations, especially those with special packaging or lower mintage, such as presentation strike versions or proof-like strikes that ended up in circulation, can push the value closer to $20 even in a well-worn state. The key driver of this value is scarcity, with so few examples made and even fewer surviving in collectible condition. These coins have become must-haves for modern Australian coin collectors. But here's the kicker: these mint marks can be easily missed if you don't know where to look. On many of the 2005 coins, the mint mark is located on the reverse side, often beneath the central shield or just above the rim. In some cases, it's subtly tucked into the design in a way that's easy to overlook at first glance. That means these valuable coins could be sitting quietly in a coin jar, pocket, or inherited collection without anyone realizing their worth. So, if you're sorting through Australian coins, especially from 2005, be sure to check every 50-cent piece carefully for that mint mark. You could be holding a hidden gem worth 25 to 40 times its face value. To wrap things up, the 2005 Elizabeth II Australia 50-cent coin with mint mark is a modern collectible that combines historical importance, aesthetic appeal, and rarity, especially when found in fine condition. Even with moderate wear, these coins can command $12 to $20 on the open market, with values climbing for better preserved or rarer mint mark varieties. Their limited release, special purpose, and strong demand make them a standout in the world of decimal Australian coinage. If you enjoy coin hunting or collecting, don't ignore the modern issues. They're filled with stories and surprises just like this one. Thanks for joining me on this coin journey. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update on valuable coins. Drop a comment below if you've ever come across a 2005 mint mark 50-cent coin, or if you have any questions about your collection. Until next time, happy collecting and keep checking your change, because treasure might be closer than you think.